Suite and the Kendall Suite. Now both half price, or with no deposit and up to 3 years interest free at the last Suite Centre sale ever.
Westcountry weather in association with Flambards, the family theme park come rain or shine.
Another wet and miserable night, windy and cloudy with plenty of rain. Later, some of that rain heavy and turning to sleet on the moors. Windy right through and temperatures down to just 1 or 2, that's 32 to 34. Then a wet and windy morning with heavy rain across the region and feeling really quite cold and a strong northeasterly. Windy again in the afternoon, making it feel colder than the official 7 or 8, that's 44 to 48. Otherwise staying cloudy and wet.
Westcountry weather in association with Flambards theme park, come rain or shine.
A place can hold special significance.
It is a part of my childhood that very much lives on.
It can be a new beginning.
If I'm going to be miserable, I'd rather be miserable in Devon.
Or a journey's end.
And I just sat here quietly and remembered our times together.
Join Linda Ward for a new series, A Place in My Heart, Tuesday at 7:30.
We'll go on the moor in 30 minutes, but first here on Westcountry, the show must go on.
Last week, Eddie Wallace, who's one of the resident entertainers at Lanscove Holiday Village in South Devon, got a job at another holiday park. He's just given a week's notice to his boss, Gail Massey.
The situation with Eddie, who was a lovely boy, he came to us last year, he did a full season, he came back this year, signed a contract, he knew the job hasn't changed, the conditions haven't changed, his pay was a great deal better, we gave him a cabaret on another park, we did all of that and nothing's changed, we're all the same people. We let an awful lot go that we shouldn't have let go, given that they were so talented. And at the end of the day, he turns around and gives a week's notice. And he actually thought he was going to get a party last night. Now, I don't, that's sort of Fantasy Island, not Lanscove Holiday Village.
Morning.
This has been home, yeah, all last season and all so far this season. I've got a few more days to go and I'm going to be very busy. And this is it, it's just a wreck. It was clean about 10 minutes ago, but I've had to start doing all bits and bobs. So I'm going to start putting all these boxes and tins and plates in the car. No time like the present, so there it goes.
Eddie's been here a long, long time. It's one of those things where you get a bit stir crazy. But it happened to me at another place I was in as well. I got halfway, sort of 3/4 way through the season, just couldn't hack it anymore. And you just think, right, I'm terribly sorry, but I've got to go. That's it. So, but there you go. It happens. It happens. That's showbiz, as they say.
I've never worked here without Eddie. I can't work here without. I just can't work here without him. We were called for a meeting yesterday, last night, straight after the show, to find out what was happening. I mean, obviously, I've said to them, no, I'm not leaving at the moment. But I mean, the thing is, the only thing I can see is doing the next 4 months the same as the last 3 have been without Eddie, and it's just going to be complete trauma. It's going to be awful.
Tuesday night at 5 to 6, everything was hunky-dory, and at 6 o'clock, it wasn't, basically. So, yeah, it came as a surprise.
And then the first consideration is what?
The guests, the entertainment, the packages going on, to make sure that there's no drop in standards in any way whatsoever for the guests. And obviously looking after the team, make sure that they're all right, happy with what's going on, have a quick word with them, make sure that they're all okay.
The staff have been asked by Gail not to mention to any of the guests that Eddie's leaving at the end of the week.
Have you... Morris Minor? Oh, brilliant.
He's a popular chap and she says there's no point in upsetting them. All that matters is that they enjoy themselves and keep coming back for more.
Did you have a pudding as well? The main bit on the pudding. You enjoyed it though? There he is. Yeah? Oh, you got your hat. Whose team are you in then? Oh, it's a bit small. Huh? What? You're in the mine. Birthday to you. Oh, isn't that lovely? Happy birthday, dear Bernard. Happy birthday to you.
Bernard Wall likes having his birthday at Landscove. People tend to smile a lot and make a fuss of you.
Thank you.
But he and Vera are unaware that when they go home on Friday, it will be Eddie's last day.
It's my cake.
Don't be greedy.
I knew I was leaving and I'd given my notice in, and all of a sudden I was happy again then, and I knew the pressure was off. And last night's show was probably one of the best shows I've ever done for Landscove. And I had so many comments saying, you know, you looked really happy on stage last night. I said, oh, and obviously I've had to hide it because the guests don't know I'm leaving. You've got to give 110%, and if you can't give that, then I don't want to be part of the team.
Eddie does take his job seriously, and if he feels like that and feels he can't do his job to 101%, then I think it's right for all of us that Eddie should go and do whatever's going to make him happy, because you need to be happy in this job. Hello? Yeah, could you just make him a cup of coffee and I'll be out in about 5 minutes. Just make him a cup of coffee.
Gail has just got 3 days left to find a replacement entertainer.
Hello.
Back at their home next to the park, Steve, her husband, also helps with the search.
And if he's got a phone number I can get, because he's got 2 or 3 phone numbers. So take his number and I'll get back to you then. Okay, bye.
Within half an hour, we're making phone calls, trying to get hold of people. You've got to, you know, it's got to go on, because we've got another 700-800 people perhaps coming in next Saturday, and the show's got to go on.
Have you found anybody else?
I've got 2 coming down to see me, and the various agents who supply our agencies, and I'm just trying, I hope a young man who worked for me 3 years ago may be available. But obviously at this time of year, we wouldn't want to poach from anybody else, because that leaves everybody else in that position. So this time of year is a tricky one, because most people, if they're into the season this far, usually stay on. You know, in the natural events, say people start at Easter, you get fallout about Maybank. So there's not that many people around. There's somebody, I've just got to find out who they are and where they are. But it's the experience that we're looking for, which is going to sort of make it a little bit more difficult, because, as I said, Eddie is a wonderful entertainer and we must replace at that level.
For one young hopeful, this could be the big break he's been looking for. If only he could remember the words.
Come with me.
All right.
Are you all right? Well done. Thank you.
The cameraman has just single-handedly ruined a guy's entertainment career.
He was shaking like
Is that that? His first break in entertainment came and went at Landscove. I'm sorry, because, you know, a 16-year-old boy was stuck a camera and he was like that. It was the way his leg was going. And it was like, but they did. I mean, it's so funny. You get people who do auditions, and they're so awful. I mean, especially open call. If you do like open call, because there's closed call and open. And if you do open call, it's anybody can turn up. And literally, you get people who turn up and you think, oh my God, don't they know? Don't they know? You know, oh, don't they know they're really bad? I mean, you know. But I think the thing is, you think, hang on a minute, do I look like that? You know, it's like, you know, it's one of those things.
Hello?
Gail, Michael.
Oh, hi, Michael. Michael, I just had an interesting one. You know, I was getting this coach arranged for this young man.
Right.
Well, I went through National Express and I did it, and he had to go down to Norwich Station, blah-de-blah-de-blah. He got there, the man was rude to him and he hasn't got a ticket. He's just phoned me, and because of all the aggravation, he doesn't want to come down.
You're joking.
No, I'm not. I wish I was. So I'm back to nothing, really, from that particular department. Actually, he slightly worried me, and I said, he said, what do you want to bring? I said, could you bring some tapes? So he said, well, I've only got sad tapes because I've been through a bad time in my life at the moment. And I actually put the phone down, and I said to Alan, why us? Why us? Yes, and up until then, he'd been bright and breezy, and oh, yes, oh, I'd love to. Oh, yes, I'd love to get in the gunge tank.
I just give up. Would you be adverse to having a Scottish man?
No, I don't think I'd be classified as a racist in any form of description. I wouldn't have as long as he hasn't got a really thick accent.
I've got a guy called Stephen Waters. Short-haired, very clean-cut, very modern-looking image.
Yeah.
So he's very, I would thought he's the sort of guy that the women would scream at his feet. He's quite an attractive-looking animal.
Oh, right. Oh, wonderful. That's good for some other people's noses out of joint, couldn't it, really?
Still blissfully unaware of the backstage problems, the guests get on with enjoying themselves. For Bernard and Vera Wall, the two main attractions of Landscove are playing with the children back in the Ocean Club and seeing their favourite entertainers. They still don't know that their old friend Eddie is leaving at the end of the week.
Oh, I forgot to take one away, didn't I? Hey, off you go.
One year we were considering going to a holiday village for adults only. One day we drove down and drove round it. Oh, it was like a convalescent home. Everybody's sitting around, watching, playing. The ladies playing bowls.
And the men were all sitting watching like this.
And no children. The place was dead.
I couldn't go there.
It was terrible.
You know.
Yeah.
On a chair.
Oh, hey, we've got 10 people. Oh, we've lost Vera as well.
It's Eddie's last day, and Gail gets hold of a temporary replacement. Simon Tooth worked for her once before and can stand in for just a week. He's arriving later today, and Eddie's been asked to move out and make way for him.
That's the end. I do have more possessions than this. I've already moved most of them. I got a phone call about 3 o'clock. Just asking whether all my stuff had been cleaned out, and I said, yeah, 6:30 is fine, I'll be there. I said, and I go to work at 6:30 and everything will be sorted. The new guy who's taken my place he's coming. I believe his name's Simon. He's coming around about 5 o'clock tonight. So he's going in my chalet, my old chalet.
Well, as it is now, what they've done is moved the other guy straight in and thrown him out, which is...
in a short term, but a nice way.
Well, yeah, it's
really.
a nice way.
It's
I mean, I suppose...
not really very nice, but it's a nice way.
It could have been done a different way, though. Just left it a bit bitter, that. Don't you start to. It's terrible.
Meanwhile, that afternoon, Harry and his family finally get their fishing trip. It's not quite the glorious sunset they had in mind, but the promise of a big catch will make up for everything. Sadly, not this time.
You foul up, so you come and...
You don't keep it?
No.
Last time I'm going to be doing this.
Yep.
You're not.
Well, no, but it's the last time I'm going to be doing this with you.
Eddie's picked a new job, and I wish him all the best, with the best will in the world. He's done a great job for us, very, very popular with the holidaymakers. I wish him all the best of the world. However, Eddie's era is now over, and Simon begins tomorrow.
I don't know what's going on. Really.
What's the situation you've been brought in for?
Only because Eddie's going. That's all I've come for. Just until they get a replacement, then I've already got a job. So I'm in for a week and then out. So what can I say? It doesn't bother me in the slightest.
But this year has been complete. We're just completely devastated. We are thoroughly worn out. After 3 weeks doing party dances and that sort of thing, we just had no energy to jump. I mean, last year, if you'd come in September, we'd still have been jumping about, the same as we were in the beginning of the year, and then we were still doing it in October. And this year, 3 weeks into the season, we were just so tired. So tired, 3 weeks into the season, and we're now, what, 3 months, something like that.
All throughout my life, the reasons are demanding.
And so, at 6 p.m, Eddie does his last sound check at the Ocean Club. It's an emotional time, particularly for fellow entertainer and friend, Nicky Manley.
2, 1, 2. Sound check. 1, 2. Don't cry.
Well, actually, that song was the one that me and my fiancé-to-be, he was here last year, and that's how I met him. That's the one we first danced to, and Eddie was singing it, so...
Oh, shut up, behave. That's just a sound check. Don't cry.
Shut up. Behave, stop being...
I hope you realise I've just put makeup on. I've got to take it back off now.
Stupid cow.
Last year I'd have said a lot more. This year, the only thing I'm going to miss is Eddie.
Yeah, that's it. I would have said a lot more. I would have said...
Last year I'd have missed all the bar staff. And Martin, obviously, who was here last year.
I got given this last night, and it's my name.
Is that off, Jay?
Jay Rand. It's my name. And it's Eddie Wallace here. And then it says E, everyday smiles. Just D, despite good times or bad weather. D, delighted kids' faces at the kids' club. I, imagine landscape without him, I can't. E, that's a bit apt now, isn't it? She doesn't even know I'm going. E, every day his smiles make my day.
You're well earned present, darling.
Oh, thank you, listen to that. Good angel. Thank you, Bernard.
It's Bernard and Vera's last day. They always give each of the entertainers a farewell gift before they go.
So leaving tomorrow, I mean, do you feel sad? I mean, you're going to miss...
Oh, yeah, I feel sad about going. I felt as if I wanted to go to cry this afternoon. I wish I was staying a bit longer. But then the fact that I'm coming back in in October has made me feel better, you know.
You're coming back?
Yes, come back for 3 weeks in October. So that'll be rather nice.
Thank you very, very much.
Oh, thank you, Ben.
It's ended up in Eddie's got somewhere to go. I'm at the moment looking for somewhere to go, and Gareth is planning on going back to Blackpool as soon as I leave. I got an interview now next Thursday, so that's like 10 days' time or so. Which, if I get that, they'll tell me on the day, yes, you've got it, or no, you haven't. If I haven't, I'll carry on looking for something else. If I have, I'll hand him a notice on Thursday when I get back.
No one knows this.
No one knows this at the moment at all.
If you are interested, at the end
Later
of the day,
that night, Gail rings the entertainer in Scotland. Although Simon is standing in for a week, she still needs someone to see her through to the end of the season.
Would Monday be all right?
Monday.
Or Sunday?
Right, I've got to say, Stephen, the only thing is that I'm putting pressure on, is that I need someone to start pretty damn soon.
Right, tell me about the season, the money, and...
Right, let's start from the beginning then.
All right.
We've got from now, and we're looking from, like, immediately to start.
Right.
And our season goes through until November the 1st.
Yep.
It does incorporate, Stephen, all the things you've done, the silly dances, and all of this type of thing.
What I did.
But the most critical thing to me is that we're not like Butlins and Haven. We haven't got 35 Haven mates or what have you.
Yep.
What we've actually got is a very small team, and people know you're on a one-to-one basis. So you've got to be really into people. You can't hide on a stage and that's all you do.
Oh my God, no.
I don't want someone coming, you know, even before we go on further discussing, if you feel, oh, I've been there, done that, it's not for me and it's a backward step. And if someone is sort of, oh, well, you know, well, it's better than nothing, but it's not what I want, it isn't what I'm looking for. I need someone who says, yes, that's for me, that's what I want to do.
Well...
$1 million question.
No, right, okay. I wonder if I could phone you tomorrow morning first thing.
Certainly.
Is that okay?
No problem at all.
I've got to, not even a pen every time. I'm just going to go and get a pen and I'll
Right.
be 2 minutes, 2 seconds, okay?
Next morning, Stephen rings from Scotland to say the job's not for him, and Gail's still short of an entertainer.
Yeah, all right.
Meanwhile, Eddie says his goodbyes to some of the guests he's made friends with over the past 2 years.
It's a big hug, Ben.
Anyway, it's been lovely knowing you and that.
Don't say that, because I'll see you again.
Oh, yes, well, I hope so.
As Eddie leaves, heading for a new park and a new life, his friend Nikki is asked into Gail's office to find out where she stands.
I do not find your attitude acceptable.
Right, does that mean
Alan
I'm
does not
sacked if I
find...
say again?
No, Nikki,
Yes,
this
of course I
isn't...
do.
No, what we want is the attitude to go. Now, the gap is that you don't appear to think that you have any problems.
right.
You are fine. There's nothing wrong with you. We want your commitment to doing your job that you're contracted to do on our
I
terms.
can do my job. I know my job inside out, I can do it.
We're not discussing your job, it's about attitude.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I haven't actually got an attitude. I just want to know actually from you what it is that I have done.
It's nothing actually, I mean, apart from last night, it's not anything that you could say, right, this or this. It's general demeanour and attitude and how you...
Oh God, my attitude hasn't changed.
But would you agree that that you are not the same person that you were last year?
Well, of course I'm not. Sonny and Eddie have gone now. We're a team, you know, so...
So are you going to be able to be the same person? We think very highly of you, Nikki. We don't want to lose you. But what we're not prepared to do is to keep you unless it's on our terms. Now, if there is any doubt about your commitment to finish your contract, it isn't fair to us, or the guests, or anybody else, if you are not 100% committed to what you're doing here. We want you to be happy, give us what we need, and go back to how you used to be.
I don't know, some people can hack it and some people can't, can they? I mean, I've been doing it for 10 years, so... backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. All the stuff's accumulating. I can't really see that there's a problem. There's obviously a problem somewhere that's a bit deeper than anyone's saying, isn't there? But this is holiday park life. This is what it's like. People live and eat and breathe and sleep together. And it doesn't always work, does it?
I hear what you're saying, Nikki, but this is, we're all slightly worn out, but unfortunately we've got to carry on, and rehearsals will have to be done, and you're here to entertain the guests, and that's what will happen. And if it takes extra rehearsals, then obviously that's what it's going to be. And we're not going to settle for second best.
So I'll be sacked.
No, Nikki, we seem to keep missing the point here. What we're saying is, do you understand what we're saying?
Of course I do.
And what is your commitment level? Because if you're going to clear off in 2 weeks, or you're going to say, I can't stand it.
I can't say that. I can't. I don't know who I'm working with.
But Nikki,
Do you know
you're
what I mean?
contracted to do a job, and
Yes, I know
it
what
wasn't
you're saying.
subject to who you were going to work with. It was to do your job.
That's right. I can do my job.
So then,
It doesn't mean
it's a simple
I can
question.
like people. I mean, you've got to.
It's a simple question, Nikki. Are you going to do it?
Am I going to do what?
Be 100% committed. Have no attitude. Start with a clean sheet as from today, and be the girl that we employed last year. That is the question, and it's a simple answer: yes or no. And you will make that decision, not us.
So, does she stay or does she go? Is the new stand-in Simon the right man for the job? And with just 2 weeks before peak season, does Gareth last the course? Find out next week in The Great Escape.
Sue Johnson stars in an extraordinary true love story, The Things We Do for Love, Saturday at 8:55 on ITV.
Out on the moor next tonight, tempers fray as conditions are criticised.
Isn't it funny how at Easter everyone decides to pop round for lunch? And all the kids want to eat is chocolate. That's why Asda promise everything for Easter and all at permanently low prices. Like our fruitiest ever hot cross buns at the same price as last year. Stacks of irresistible Easter eggs from 99p. 40 different cuddly toys. And faster to cook, easy to carve turkey crowns. Our best value Easter shop at permanently low prices forever. That's Asda price.
Right now, this 8-cabinet open kitchen plus a washer-dryer is under £750. The MFI homework sale. It's too big to miss.
Wouldn't it be great to have a pet crocodile? Wouldn't it be great if lightning was your PE teacher? Wouldn't it be great if lunch was more fun?
Introducing new Dairy-Lee Lunchables. Delicious slices of Dairy-Lee crackers and ham to eat any way you want.
And wouldn't it be great if...
New Dairy-Lee Lunchables, the do-it-yourself packed lunch.
My first day's not going very well. She'll kill me if I'm late with the coffee.
A cup of really smooth might help.
I don't know. I've heard she's a right old battle axe.
You'll find her bark's much worse than a bite.
Sorry I'm late. It was the...
Kenco Really Smooth. Real coffee taste in an instant.
I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you fire. I'll take you to burn. Fire. I'll take you to learn. I'll see you burn. Fire. You're gonna burn.
Viennetta brings orange and chocolate together to indulge your senses. Viennetta Orange Chocolate, new from Walls.
New Domestos cistern blocks have a clear advantage over blocks that colour the water. They don't just freshen, but because they contain Domestos bleach crystals, they kill germs. For up to 400 flushes, Domestos cistern blocks kill germs. Flush after flush.
Time is precious. Escape to Morwellham Quay.
Hi, Spring's here. We've got even more products at low key season prices, especially in decorating.
The colour coordinate range from Vimura and the borders. You can mix and match them if you like.
We've got crown colour emulsion, and these 10 colours are exclusive to B&Q.
Rollers, heat guns, solid pine doors.
And remember, if it's got this sign, you know it comes from a well-managed forest.
Find any key season price product for less locally. We will refund double the difference.
For your key season prices, you can do it
when you B&Q it.
From the author of The Godfather, a new miniseries starring Daryl Hannah.
Welcome into the family.
Mario Puzo's The Last Don, coming soon to ITV.
Now in Westcountry, the harsh life and language of Dartmoor Prison is graphically revealed on the moor.